On her way home from work, Maya noticed someone following her. When she turned the corner, a man suddenly grabbed her arm. Her heart froze. Was this it? But what he whispered next made her legs go weak. It was not a threat. It was a warning. Something far more terrifying was unfolding behind her. And this stranger, this man she thought was her enemy, might have just saved her life. But who was he? And how did he know her name? Maya worked late that Friday, like most nights. The cafe was short-staffed and her shift dragged into the evening. By the time she stepped out, the streets were already dim and quiet. Streetlights flickered and the wind had that eerie hum that made everything feel just a little off. She tugged her coat tighter and started walking. Her earbuds were in, but no music played. She liked being aware, especially this late. Her boots clicked steadily down the sidewalk until she heard it. A second pair of steps, behind her, matching her pace. Her chest tightened. She glanced over her shoulder, heart thudding. A man, about 6 feet tall in a dark hoodie, was a few yards behind her. He kept his head down. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe he was just walking the same way. But when she sped up, so did he. Her hand slid into her coat pocket. She did not have pepper spray. She used to carry it, but it had leaked a month ago and ruined her purse. Now all she had was her phone, dead at 3%. Useless. She turned the corner toward Jefferson Avenue, hoping to find the convenience store still open. But before she could reach the streetlight, she felt a hand grab her wrist and pull her into the shadows. She screamed, but the man clapped a hand gently, not forcefully, over her mouth and whispered urgently in her ear, "Keep walking. Do not look back. Do not run. Just go to the store. You are not safe." His voice was firm, but trembling, like he was scared too. His hand let go instantly. Maya stumbled out of the alley, breath ragged, heart racing. She turned to yell, to fight, to demand answers, but the man was already gone. And then she heard it from behind her. A car idled, a door slammed, and 2 figures stepped out from a black van where she had just been walking, right where she would have passed had he not stopped her. They looked around, like they were searching for someone. One of them pulled something from his coat. Maya's stomach dropped. It was not a phone. It was a rope. She froze. That man, the one who grabbed her, he had known something. He had saved her. But how? And more importantly, why? Maya ducked into the convenience store, pretending to browse the shelves while secretly watching through the glass. The 2 men outside were still there, walking slowly, scanning the sidewalk like hunters circling prey. She trembled as she clutched a bottle of water she didn't plan to buy. Her mind raced. That stranger, the man who grabbed her, he had known something. He had saved her. But how? And more importantly, why? The cashier, an older man with kind eyes, noticed her shaking hands and pale face. "You all right, miss?" he asked gently. Maya nodded quickly. "Just tired. Long day." But she wasn't tired. She was terrified. After 5 long minutes, the men outside finally got in the van and drove off. She waited 10 more before leaving the store, looking in every direction before stepping back onto the sidewalk. She thought about calling someone, but who? Her phone was still dead. Her friends were all hours away and her mother lived in another state. She felt small, alone, and suddenly watched. As she passed the alley where the stranger had grabbed her, she slowed. It was empty now, but something caught her eye. A folded piece of paper lay on the ground. She picked it up, and her heart jumped. Her name was written on the front, in red ink. Inside, it read, "You were being watched for 3 days. Do not go home. Stay in public. I will contact you again. Trust no one. S." Maya's breath caught in her throat. She spun around, scanning the street. No one. What did this mean? Who was S? And who had been watching her for days? She wanted to cry, to scream, but mostly, She wanted answers. Suddenly, a light tap on her shoulder made her jump. She turned fast, ready to run. But it was a woman, mid-30s, dark suit, calm eyes. "You are Maya Wilson, right?" Maya blinked, nodding slowly. "Yes." The woman flashed a badge so fast Maya barely caught the name. "IBI, we need to talk. It's about your father." Maya stared at her confused. "My father's dead." The woman paused. "Then you should really see this." She handed Maya a phone and pressed play. It was a video, grainy footage. A man with a gray beard looking right into the camera. "Maya, if you're seeing this, it means they found you. You are in danger, but I've left someone to protect you. Trust him. His name is Ruben." The video ended. Maya stood frozen. That voice, that man, that was her father. But he had died 10 years ago.
Maya's mind spun. Her father had been declared dead a decade ago. A car crash, the report said. She remembered the funeral, the closed casket, the grief that hollowed out her mother for years. But the man in the video was him. His voice, his eyes. Older, yes, but undeniably him. The FBI agent, Agent Palmer, watched her with practiced calm. "You were never supposed to see that," she said softly. "Your father was part of a classified intelligence program. He faked his death to protect your family. But now, something's gone wrong." Maya took a shaky breath. "Wrong how?" Palmer looked around before replying. "The people after you, they're not ordinary criminals. They're part of a shadow network your father infiltrated years ago. He disappeared again 2 weeks ago after sending a signal." "And Ruben?" Maya asked, voice cracking. Palmer gave a faint nod. "Ex-military. Your father trusted him with your life. He was the man who grabbed you last night." Maya's eyes widened. "He saved me from something. I don't even know what." Palmer nodded again. "They were going to abduct you for leverage." Suddenly, Maya's heart froze. Her job, her apartment, her friends, everyone she knew was now in danger. Palmer seemed to read her thoughts. "You cannot go back to your old life, not yet. We've set up a safe house. Ruben will meet us there tonight. But Maya, once you cross this line, there's no going back." The drive to the safe house was quiet. Maya stared out the window, memories flooding back. Her dad tucking her in, teaching her to ride a bike, his sudden death, her mother's breakdown. None of it made any sense anymore. That night, in the dimly lit cabin, Ruben appeared. Tall, weathered, eyes full of stories he could never tell. He nodded at her. "You're braver than you know." Maya stepped forward. "Why me? Why is this happening?" Ruben sighed. "Because your father uncovered something they buried for decades. Evidence, names, secrets that could bring down powerful people. And now, they think you might know where it is." "But I don't," she said. "Not yet. But your father left you a trail, and they'll do anything to stop you from following it." That night, as Maya tried to sleep, she found a flash drive tucked into her coat's inner pocket. It was labeled, "The Truth," for Maya. She plugged it into an old laptop Ruben had secured. A folder opened. Inside were files, photos, maps, documents, and one final video. Her father again, this time sitting at a desk, tired but defiant. "Maya, I'm sorry. I never wanted this life for you. But I need you to be stronger than I ever was. Inside this folder is everything. Expose it, and they save lives. Hide it, and they win. Ruben will guide you. Trust no one else. The screen went dark. Maya stared at the files long after the video ended, her father's face frozen in time. A man who died yet never stopped protecting her. The files on the drive were overwhelming. Secret communications between powerful politicians and covert defense firms. Evidence of black sites used for human experiments. One file labeled Project Oathkeeper, U.S. Test Site 2009 to 2011. That one had her father's name all over it, and Ruben's. She turned to Ruben. "What is Project Oathkeeper?" His jaw clenched. "A classified mission to monitor a weapons contractor that went rogue. They were building technology that could rewrite human behavior. Your father got too close, and they framed him for treason." Maya's heart pounded. "Why not go public?" Ruben looked away. "Because anyone who tried vanished." Suddenly, the safe house lights cut out. Darkness swallowed the cabin. Then, footsteps. Ruben sprang to his feet and pulled Maya behind him. "They found us." 3 men burst through the door, armored, masked, armed. Ruben moved fast, tactical, precise. He dropped 2 of them before they could aim. The third grabbed Maya by the hair, yanking her toward the door. Then, a shot rang out. The attacker dropped. Ruben stood behind him, bleeding from his shoulder but still standing. "Go," he said. "Now." They drove through the forest for what felt like hours. Ruben was pale, weak, but refused to stop. "We need to upload the files," he gasped. "There's a journalist, Amelia Carr, from the Ledger. She's the only one your dad trusted." Maya called the number scribbled on the back of the flash drive. A woman's voice answered. "You're Maya. Your father said if I ever heard your voice, the world was about to change." They met at a warehouse by the water, quiet, unmarked. Maya handed her the drive. Amelia Carr plugged it in, eyes scanning the documents in silence. After a long pause, she whispered, "This is enough to take down 3 senators, a defense company, and the director of the National Security Bureau." Ruben nodded. "Release it. No redactions." She looked at Maya. "Once this is out, you'll be hunted." Maya straightened. "They are already." 1 week later, the news broke like wildfire. Project Oathkeeper exposed. Massive conspiracy linked to top officials. Maya Harrison, daughter of whistleblower behind nation's biggest military leak. Senators were arrested. Protests flooded cities. The truth finally saw daylight. Ruben disappeared again. No phone calls, no traces. But Maya received a letter. "You made him proud. R." She stood in front of the Capitol weeks later, watching the American flag flutter in the wind. Her father's sacrifice, her courage, Ruben's protection, all of it worth it. Not just for her, but for truth, for justice, for everyone who had ever been silenced.